What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee. I'm back with another Raw Talk, handy dandy notebook. Yeah, Raw was there. It was there. It was a show that was there every week. It's there every week. Yeah. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Man, sometimes I really don't like reacting to Raw. So what I'm going to do instead is do the predictions for the show for the Raw side for Hell in a Cell that is Sunday. I'm going to point out a couple of things that happened, and we're just going to go from there because there are, I guess, important stuff that happened on Raw, but yeah. Jackson Record versus Elias, that was a thing. We skip past that. That's the thing we don't care about. We talk about the amount of wrestling for women. Women got on the show. There's 4 women's matches, so that's a good thing. Piper Niven debuted along with Eva Marie, who did her re-debut. But some reason nobody knows who Piper Niven is. They was like, "Oh, who's that girl? Who's that? She's out there destroying." It's Piper Niven. We all know Piper Niven, Piper Niven, Piper Niven. I guess they can't call her Viper, obviously, because Randy Orton's a Viper. So Piper Niven, she's Piper Niven. And they said they're going to call her DeWop or something like that. Oh, my God. So I guess, again, Eva Marie's not going to wrestle because she can't. I assume that she'll probably going to wrestle. They're probably going to have them in the tag team division. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. That they keep doing what they're doing. They do what they do, whatever. It is what it is. And then they go into the tag division. Piper, Viper, Niven, Duop, whatever they're going to call her. She does all the heavy lifting to everybody. She keeps doing what she's doing, and she wins. And then Eva Marie said, "Oh, I'm the winner," and stuff like that. Until the day that, like, they're tag team champions and they lose the tag team titles, and then Eva Marie like gets mad, or maybe Eva Marie is the reason why they lose the tag team titles. Like, she'll tag herself in and they'll lose, and Eva will blame Piper, Viper, Doo-Wop, Niven, whatever, and Piper, Doo-Wop, Niven beats her up, and she goes on her own monster run as a top babyface because she's great. But either way, this was fine for what it was. She murked Naomi. She and Naomi had a couple fun spots for the 1 minute that they got to do something. So hopefully they get a longer match. Asuka, Rhea, they had a match. Probably the best match they had, but still somehow just still a little shaky. But their match was way better than all the other couple of matches that they had. I think 4. So this is like their 5th match since WrestleMania, which was in April. So April, then they had the rematch, then they had another rematch, had a triple threat match. They had this match, and I think they had another match. Yeah. So that's like 5 or 6. That's crazy. This has probably been the best one they've had. Asuka's really good. Just send her to SmackDown, please. On that same note, Charlotte had her match with Nikki Cross, because Nikki Cross is like, I don't need this match, but we're gonna right the wrong for me losing to Nikki Cross, and then she by counts out loses to Nikki Cross. The little stuff that they did also was not bad. It was good stuff. Charlotte plays her role as a heel that nobody likes very well. Nikki Cross is so good, and I hope, and I guess I'll get to this in a second. She redoes her feud with Alexa Bliss and they turn her back to the old Nikki Cross. That's what I hope. Will they do it? Probably not, but we can all hope. We can just all hope that happens. Next, what was the last? And then Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler. They had a nice little match. They had good stuff in there. Nia Jax works really well with smaller people. Like she works really well with. I mean, Asuka's just the best, but she works really well with Asuka. Well, I guess everybody compared to her small, maybe except for Tamina, but she works really well with Asuka. She works really well with Ember Moon. She works really well with Sasha Banks. She works really well with Alexa Bliss. Like all their matches have always been really good. So she works well with like smaller people. So, and this was also good. Alexa Bliss. This is probably her first like singles match in a minute. I think since WrestleMania or the time before WrestleMania when she was fighting Asuka. This is probably her first time wrestling since then, and that was in like March, going into April. Yeah, she was smooth and crisp. She was smooth. Unfortunately, they couldn't give Alexa Bliss a win because Reggie was there. Reggie got involved because of course he did. Nia Jax was talking about, oh, we used to be friends. I used to know you, all that other stuff, and she was trying to tell her to like stay out of her business and stuff like that. And Alexa was like, oh yeah, hi. We were never friends. I was like, oh, that's rough. And then she tried to play the sad dude, like, I'm sorry, help me, I love you. And then she said, ha, just kidding, I accept. That was great. But yeah, no, that was good stuff. She was tearing Nia Jax up. She hit her with the DDT, the Alexa Bliss splash, and then Reggie got involved, and then she started doing this, and I guess she was like hypnotizing him, stuff like that. So it was not bad. I just wish just let Alexa Bliss win. She's fantastic. Just let her win. She deserves the win. Just give her the W. That's really WWE's problem. Like they like to have these matches, like, and I'm going to mention it for later. They like having these matches, and like they just don't like giving people losses like they used to. So they just like, yeah, we're just gonna do DQ. We're just gonna give it a counter. Like that's what they've been doing with Nikki Cross like the whole time. They're like, well, Rhea and Charlotte, they're the top two baby faces, so we can't just have them lose clean. So counter victory, beat the clock challenge. It's ridiculous. The final thing we gotta talk about. The best thing, like, by 15 country miles on Raw, AJ Styles and Omos versus I guess we could also, Jeff Hardy lost to John Morrison but beat Cedric Alexander, which, whatever. I don't know why they didn't just do, like, even if they did that, they could have just had the match. It could have been a fine match because Jeff Hardy and John Morrison are great. They could have just had the match, and then they could have did a thing where, like, next week, Cedric would have been, Cedric did all this stuff, and then Jeff Hardy was like, oh, if you don't like it, I could retire. If you beat me next week you beat me, or maybe John Morrison gets help from Cedric Alexander to like win, for him to win. And it's like, see, you're old, you're washed up, all that stuff. He said you can't hang no more, blah 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 blah. And then Jeff Hardy be like, oh well, how about next week we find out you beat me, I'll retire, or something like that. Like, why would you do it? Like, you literally just had a match and you just lost the match, and then 3 minutes later you beat Cedric Alexander. Like, what are you doing with your life? Crazy. It's not my business though. That was trash, but it is what it is. Thank God Jeff Hardy's not retired. But yeah, Jeff Hardy not retiring. New Day versus RK Bro. By a country mile. This ruled. This was fantastic. New Day are the best thing on Raw. RK Bro, and New Day are the best on Raw. Um, New Day are top 3 tag teams right now, or top. In my opinion, they're top 3. It's for me. It's the Usos, it's FTR, it's New Day, it's Young Bucks, and it's Street Profits. No, I lied. I like Street Profits, but either Street Profits or Santana Ortiz. Santana Ortiz is really good. I don't know. There's a lot of good tag teams in AEW. And WWE. That's crazy. I literally just woke up and I'm still tired. This is unfortunate for me. And I gotta go to work at 4:30 and be there till 1 because life hates me. Or 12. I meant life still hates me. But yeah. This match was great. Xavier Woods has been the greatest guy on the planet. His wrestling since he faced Riddle has just been. Every time he wrestles, he just shows out. There was a couple of spots where some double team spots when Riddle and Bro when going back and forth. He tagged in Kofi, did a thing where they did an atomic drop, and Kofi just goes like that. He points up and then points down. That was hilarious. Woods did like a over the head Bailey T-bone suplex on Matt Riddle, which was fantastic. They did the psych out pose. Kofi Kingston did the thing on the ropes that I think he does it first, but Tyler Bate always also does it when he does the thing on the ropes and he comes back and clotheslines the people. He did that. Xavier Woods did the Tranquilo, the Zelina Vega. He did that. That was great. This match was very physical. Randy Orton killed it. Matt Riddle killed it. In the end, Xavier Woods went to go for an honor roll on Randy Orton and got reversed to an RKO. That was fire. That was really fire. Did I write anything down for this match? Nobody. Oh, did Randy Orton? Oh, Randy Orton did a power bomb. That was great. Assisted power bomb. Randy out here doing power bombs. That's fantastic. Doubles. Oh, they did the New Day did a spot where I think Randy Orton had tagged in Matt Riddle, and then he tossed Randy had tossed Xavier Woods over the top rope, and then Matt Riddle tagged himself in, and he went to do like a suplex from the apron, but Woods got out. He scurried under, and this was from the apron. He got out, slipped under the apron, caught Matt Riddle in an electric chair, tagged in Kofi Kingston, double foot stomp electric chair into a pin. That was fire. That was fire. That was great. That was a great spot. And then honor roll into the RKO. That was fire too. That was good. That was really good. And then MVP came backstage, tried to downgrade pretty much Woods for losing because Kofi didn't win. Woods lost, all that other stuff. He was pretty much talking. It's see, you're a loser. You're still a loser, and it wasn't even your fault. It's because of Woods. You try to tell him the offer, and Kofi pretty much said no. Woods said, "Be gone, poof. We got things to do." And then they had a match later on. The Drew had a match with AJ Styles. That match was going good, and then interference, so that sucked. That kind of sucked, but it is what it is. They had a 6-man tag, which was also pretty decent, and then Drew McIntyre pinned Bobby Lashley. So I can't wait to hear the trash talking that the New Day are going to do on MVP, probably hopefully at Hell in a Cell. It's your boy got pinned by Drew McIntyre. You talk about people who are losers. Your boy got pinned. But then again, MVP did say, "Good luck on your match." Oh right, you're not on the card. That was hilarious. But yeah, that was pretty much the show. I'm going to talk about my predictions for these. I don't think the Raiders and AJ and Omos are on the card. But their feud really hasn't done anything. Their feud was pretty much the Raiders won that Battle Royal like 2 weeks ago, and they wanted to celebrate. Omos was eating the turkey leg, and AJ pretty much said that Vikings stink. And then they had this 6-man tag match, which was really good. They came out because Bobby Lashley was about to attack Drew McIntyre, and they came out to make it even and stuff like that. And yeah, that match was really good. Man, AJ Styles is so good. Hopefully he put him back in that title picture too. Just do it. Next up, 2 women's matches on the card for. This has been for a while when Alexa Bliss was doing with Lily thing since WrestleMania. Talk about she's been eyeing the person in red, which we all thought was Charlotte, but ended up, well, I don't want to say we all. I thought it was Charlotte, but ended up being Shayna because Shayna's the one that been doing, like, her legs been cramping up, like fire's been blowing up in people's faces, and she's been getting rolled up by distractions and stuff like that. And it was obvious that she was targeting Shayna. Shayna went on the Firefly Funhouse when Reggie was there. Pretty much beat up Reginald. Talked down on Alexa and Nadal, said it was stupid and stuff like that. And then the thing that happened last week with the whole I stomped on the doll, she's trash. She ain't nothing. And then she started like crying, get scared because Lily was there, and then Alexa Bliss said, Lily's not, she's not there. We're going on the road. People are too scared of her. It's not happening. I think it was really because Lily's not working out, but maybe she will work out. I don't know. Alexa Bliss is definitely winning. I do hope though that this brings out the old Shayna, and this was all going to say for Nikki Cross too. Like, she has a feud with Alexa Bliss, and they do their thing because they have a whole thing together, and this brings out the old Nikki Cross, like the one when Sanity Nikki Cross. We want that Nikki Cross. This country Nikki Cross. Ooh, I mean, I love me some Nikki Cross, but oof, it's hard. But yeah. Oh, and AJ and Omos are definitely winning too, by the way. Rhea versus Charlotte. This has been going on since after Mania, pretty much. Charlotte is not happy that she was on a card off the WrestleMania card. She deserves to be the champion because she's Charlotte freaking Flair. Woo! Can't argue with that. She is Charlotte freaking Flair. She is a 12-time women's champion between NXT, WWE, Divas era, all that stuff. So, she always kept getting herself inserted in these matches, and Rhea was like, you're a trash. Like, why do you have to do this? And then they got the thing with Nikki Cross, where Nikki Cross should low-key be in this match, but I don't know. It is what it is. She's not going to be in there. Yeah, this feud it's been fine. The brawl that they did was dope. First, after Nikki won by countout, after that, it was a pretty solid match. Nikki Cross does her silver, take my jacket off, and then she runs around, boom, gets booted by Charlotte, put her inside. She's about to hit her with the figure 8, but then Rhea, boom, riptide, got you. And then after Rhea won her match against Asuka, which was their best match, but it was still a little shaky, but it was still decent enough. Charlotte Flair came out there in a fire one suit. That suit was fire. And they brawled. Rhea broke Charlotte's nose. She just popped her, said yop, busted her whole joint. That was hilarious. But it looked good. She looked good with that. She was going crazy. She was beating up refs and stuff like that. So that was a decent brawl for that. That was decent stuff. I mean, Rhea should win, but it is Charlotte Flair. Like you don't really bet against Charlotte. Like you can't bet against Charlotte. I'm trying to think if Rhea wins, what happens next because there's still money in the bank. Mm. I'm curious because if Charlotte wins, like Charlotte Flair, she can face anybody and it'll be fine. If if Rhea wins, what happens next is Charlotte Flair be like, hey, I'm still Charlotte Flair. Or does she do Money in the Bank? Does she go in Money in the Bank? Who's next for Rhea? Because she would have beaten her. She'd been beaten Charlotte. I assume that Nikki Cross would probably be in Money in the Bank unless they do Naomi. Will they? I don't know. I really don't know. I want to say Rhea, but you can't bet against Charlotte Flair ever in life. She can just somehow end up on SmackDown and be like, I want to be in this triple threat match, and you don't question it because it's Charlotte Flair. So I don't know. Last match, Drew versus Lashley. This match has been going on forever and ever. This feud has been going on forever. Since Drew dropped it because of after I think Elimination Chamber, he helped Miz become champion, and then he beat the Miz for the title. And then they've been feuding. WrestleMania, McIntyre lost in a decent opening match. Little distraction from MVP, and then he wanted another match, and then Braun Strowman got in there. Rest in peace, Braun Strowman's career. And then he didn't get pinned, so now he's like, well, I didn't get pinned, you didn't beat me, so I want match. And they're like, dude, we're tired of beating you. And then Kofi Kingston came in the fray, was like, dude, I'm tired of him seeing them beat you. And he had a match with Bobby Lashley. Kofi Kingston wins, and then they had another match. Bobby got involved. I was like, oh, it's gonna be another triple threat match. Ugh. And then they had a one-on-one match, and then Drew, of course, wins again because he's Drew McIntyre. In another really, really good match. I think it was the same time that Riddle had that match with Wood, which was fantastic. But then after that, yeah. So then he wins. They do the contract signing. Last chance. No more opportunities. I'm tired of beating you. Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley had a whole sword. He broke the table with the sword and stuff like that. That was cool. And then they had the 6-man tag match, which was a one-on-one match, which was good. It was solid. You probably wish that they would have just did the 6-man tag match anyway, instead of just breaking it up for a DQ finish and then doing it. You could have just did the 6-man tag match, and it'd been way better instead of doing that. But it was what it was. You got to see Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles for a little bit on free TV, which was fun. Always fun to see AJ Styles wrestle one-on-one matches. As far as this match, I want to say Bobby Lashley. Drew McIntyre's had it twice. He doesn't really need it right now. He'll win it again eventually. But I want to see them move on from this feud. I mean, at least bless him for going on this long. I want to see him just finish this feud. Have Drew McIntyre move on to something else for now. Have Bobby Lashley move on to AJ Styles, maybe Kofi Kingston. Freshen up the main card, honestly. So I'm gonna say Drew wins in Hell in a Cell for his first time. And yeah, that's it. Alexa Bliss wins. AJ Omos wins if they have a match. Rhea Ripley, Bobby Lashley. Those are my predictions. Those are my guesses. Those are my picks. But yeah, that was Raw. That was Summer Raw. It was Raw in a nutshell. It's gonna be as good as it's gonna get. What did you guys think of the show? Did you like the show? Did you A plus, B minus, F? What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.